I come with a message, and this is not going to be for those of you who are confused by the things that I speak, don't understand what I'm saying. So if you find yourself in that position watching my videos, or even not liking, being drawn to me and allured, but then when you listen to me, you don't really like what I say, or you're not really into what I say, you're more into the alluring aspect, just go ahead and click off now. But I will advise you to ask whatever it is that you believe in, or if you're agnostic, ask yourself, why are you drawn to these videos? And for those of you that purposely allow my videos to stay up so that you can listen to them and analyze them and do the other things that you attempt to do, those crimes, this is for you. I've made it. I'm not the only one, but I'm going to be selfish and talk about me. I made it. I'm not supposed to be here. We're becoming aware of the crimes that are happening in this realm by people who are in places of power. Okay? They've been very egregious. And these stories are coming out. There have been some stories that have been leaked out just to distract you. But we know that these egregious acts are happening. Now, let's think about judgment. Let's think about a trial. If these entities have been egregious, then there must be some type of trial that is not known to the public. So if you've done things in secret and it's a crime and you have to be proven guilty, there has to be testimony. There has to be credible people giving testimony. People who weathered suppression and oppression, that have come out credible to give testimony. Where does this court system take place? You think it takes place in an actual building? This whole realm is a court session. And whether you know it or not, you've been participating. There are things that people term archangels. Okay? They don't come in this realm like we do to judge and fulfill their purpose. They come in seeking to and fro, looking for clues, because they know that there are entities here that are seeking to confuse them. So they look for certain entities that are credible. You don't choose your credibility, they do. And they listen to your speech. And they can tell by your speech whether or not you're credible. They can tell by the way that you maneuver whether or not you're credible. And the more credibility that they find, the more they're able to draw to you and get more clues. Well, these criminals have attempted to pervert and distort this reality. And they put so much energy into it that they know that these credible witnesses might not make it if they put the pressure on enough. So what they attempted to do is to mirror your talents and abilities, to fabricate your talents and ability, to artificially create beings and program them with simulated, fabricated versions of your raw and intuitive talent, and to create programming to make you think that you're not good enough because you have these fabricated stars that get to have all of this excess and opulence and get all of these adulations through award ceremonies that they put all of this effort into to feed the senses of the masses. And then they put these fabricated stars in these special seats and put them in positions of being worshipped. The more people that worship them, the more it shadows out your natural raw ability that gets overlooked and not picked, in hoping that you get tired and you break. This is the system that we live in. How many times have you heard that the GOAT, Michael Jordan, that people say that there were players that played with him that had more talent than he did? Think about that. How many people that you know personally that have natural raw talent more so than these idols that are before us, but yet they get the fame and the notoriety and the glitz and the glamour and you find out they're not all who we thought that they were. This is to distort this reality. These archangels are coming back looking for stars, and they wanted their stars to be the ones that these archangels saw. And they wanted to use their illustrious fabricated nature to blind you in the mirror and to set up obstacles one after the other to cause you to break and stumble and eventually give up. Because if the angels come back and all of the true stars are broken, oppressed, and suppressed, then who's going to give testimony? Roe versus Wade is not what you think. It's a result of some serious crimes, people. Abortion is literally sucking apart or ripping apart an unborn life form before it was even able to be delivered. And we've been convinced, because predators go out and molest young girls and impregnate them, that if she gets pregnant as a result of rape, that we should gun for the fetus and kill it and destroy it. Yet the person that violated and raped this young girl gets to remain alive and go and do it again. Then we say kill that fetus, yet he lives. And then when you challenge people with that, they say, well, if you let the baby live, then he'll have rights to the baby. Well, change the rights. And instead of killing the fetus, the predator should have been killed, not given an opportunity to go to jail and then come out and just register as a sex offender. These are part of the crime. People do not understand what is going on. And I have to say that I made it. And I'm not the only one. Some of us have been tried and through obstacle after obstacle. Even your talents are so illustrious and so raw that it causes people to envy you, whose hearts have not been tried in the fire. Do you know how many times I've been looked at and people who were supposed to love me say, you walk around like you so high and mighty, and you walk around like you're God's gift. Well, if you're really that special and you have spiritual guides with you, well, I'm going to throw you to the wolves. If you're really who you say you are, they won't let it happen to you what happens to the average person. I've been told that by people who should have cared and loved me, but felt like I deserved to be thrown to the wolves because of how they felt about me. That's the reality that we live in, and enough has been enough. And once again, I have to say I made it. I've always known who and what I am, even when those around me who should have cared for me and nurtured me and expose me to things that would empower me more, attempt to destroy me. And it has happened to others. And now we're in an age of restitution. And I want everything that justice says I'm to have, because I've endured the suppression and the oppression, and I did not break.